All right, so today I got a new one. This is kind of one of those packages I was interested in seeing and lucked out to hit on the drop online. This is the Joe Freshgoods New Balance 1000 model. Check out this chromium, just crazy box. First of all, I love that. Super fire there. Definitely kind of flashy, something that I enjoy there. And then you see the NB on the top. Then it does say Joe Freshgoods and New Balance on the inside, done in that like old like graffiti style right there, which is kind of cool. Then we have the product, and this is the colorway I got, which is the only one I tried to get. I didn't even try for the pink colorway, to be honest, but the pink colorway I think people might like more than this one. Personally, this is one where I was like, yeah, it definitely reminded me of this shoe right here. So this is the Air Tune Max from '99, and this colorway was one of the ones that when they retroed, I paid full price for them. I mean, I did not wait for them to go on sale. It's like an OG colorway that I remember wanting back then, and I never got a pair of them. And I was like always super bummed that I never did get these. I've been waiting literally years and years for these to drop. And then Nike did retro them in like 2021, I think, something like that. But anyway, this is the Nike Air Tune Max, and obviously this very similar looking to this one. And so at first I was like, yeah, it's kind of biting the colorway a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm really feeling it, but I definitely wanted to see this model in hand and on feet and just give you guys my overall thoughts on the New Balance 1000. I think it's a nice looking model, and I do think New Balance is going to be starting another wave with the 1000 model. This is kind of like a mesh runner sort of thing, a little bit chunkier, but all around a pretty awesome pair of sneakers. And this colorway, even though it's inspired by what I'm assuming is this shoe, even though they can't exactly say that, it's probably the first time where I've seen like a direct like correlation to a past product that is also from 1999. So that was the one thing, that kind of the deep cut of this that I like the most, is the fact that this model, the New Balance 1000, originally released in 1999, which is ironically the same year that this model originally released. And so maybe there's some deep cuts there where people were like, dude, I wish this colorway would have happened on this model, and maybe that's what they ended up happening. Anyway, I'll get into some details about what they say about the product, and then I'll give you my general overview of the New Balance 1000. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So on New Balance's website, it says Joe Freshgood marks the return of the 1000, a running sneaker originally from 1999 with a comprehensive homage to all things Y2K. The 1000's innovative design is taken to another level with its cues from the early 2000s, a combination of luxury, futurism, and streetwear that completely redefine the fashion landscape. A performance-inspired open-knit mesh upper in black is paired with bronze iridescent leather overlays for a look that's equal parts sleek and rugged. Embroidered 1000 and JFG branding provides an elevated sense of detail, while flame graphics at the tongue and Web 1.0 inspired lowercase JFG badge at the heel provide subtle, unmistakable Y2K finishing touches. Sometimes it's actually good to be able to see the descriptions because it points out some of the things that I might not have actually caught eye of. So in hand, first impressions of the shoe, I never had the 1000s from back in the day, but it is a pretty interesting looking model. I do like the mesh overlays, the cut and sew like panels. I think it's a nice little mix of stuff going on there. My wife actually, when I put these on, I was like, hey, check out these shoes. What do you think? First impression, she goes, are those trail shoes? So then I was like, okay, so there's the rugged factor there. Like she thought there was a trail shoe there. But this model does look like it has some inspiration. And so these kind of remind me of like a Yeezy 500 crossbred with like an Air Max 95, Air Max 97. The Yeezy 500 kind of feel from the outsole. And then you have the lacing system in the tongue that kind of reminds you of that Air Max 95, 97 sort of feel, along with like just the layers of the way that the shoe kind of comes together. But it is a pretty fun looking shoe, and on feet I think it looks better than even in pictures, so I think that's a plus as well. For the Joe Freshgood version, I do like the extra embroidery around the shoe, the JFG down here, the 1000 in the back. I also do like the JFG that's fused on the top back here, just a small little extra subtle detail branding. And then you do have the flames up here for the New Balance 1000 as well. One of the things I really like about this collaboration is just the oversized mesh on top of the shoe. It's like a dual layer mesh. I like that when collaborations use that. And we saw that same sort of mesh on this shoe right here. This is the Bodega 9060, which is the other popular model that is very similar to this one. So I feel like the 9060 is definitely on a wave, and I feel like the 1000 is going to be riding that same exact wave. If you guys want to buy either base pair of these, I will link them in the description. It will take you directly over to New Balance's website, and you guys can shop around over there and see what they have. They are going to be dropping their 1000s on the 24th, and I'm going to be trying to coordinate this video with the release of that. So hopefully you guys will be able to cop your pair of the 1000s. I don't know if they're going to sell out or not, to be 100% honest. It is just a general GR pair, but it's the first one going to be releasing, so I think that's going to have extra attention to that one. And then the 9060s seems to really have a really popular hold on people right now, and I think it's a really cool shoe. I did a couple reviews of these in the past. It's a great model. This is a really good colorway for the Bodega collaboration. but a lot of people really gravitate towards this one. In hand, next to each other, the 9060s are heavier, so if you want something a little bit lighter, then these ones are a better option for that. But both of these I think are going to be good. If you guys want to see like a direct comparison video to them, I could do that. They're both around that $150 price point. So how's the fit of these? Honestly, for me, I would say they actually fit a little bit big. I got a 9.5, and I do have a little bit of extra room in the toe box, a little bit more than what I need. I might be able to actually go down a half a size in these instead, which is just my personal opinion. If you guys have a difference in opinion, of course, leave a comment in the comment section. But it was the first thing I noticed. I was like, these are actually a bit more roomy than I would have anticipated. So some more details on the upper that I like. I mean, there's a lot of details on all these different panels. There's little bits of embroidery on the toe box section right here on each side, almost done in a green color, but it kind of just ties together everything nice in this model. And then you do have a little bit of a leather heel counter back here that kind of swerves around. Again, just a nice little extra added thread back there. Something that is a little bit unique to this one, you do have an additional heel cushion on the back, so you don't usually see that, but it is kind of interesting. I did notice when I put it in, it folded down a little bit as I'm trying to squeeze these on my foot, but it just pops right back out, so it's not like a big deal. The other thing is this is again from 2000. The shoe is not gusseted. I kind of wish it was, meaning like it was attached from like this point down, sewn down, so then the tongue doesn't flop around too far left and the right. But it is something worth noting that it is not gusseted. Also, something I do like is that inside liner. It's like that green, red, yellow flame sort of look to it with the JFG. Pretty fun graphics, something different, and definitely something that doesn't really match the energy of the shoe, but it does match the energy of that like Y2K era. Now, it did come with an additional set of laces. This is kind of like a brown and black lace, and then you have black and brown laces. I like these ones enough that I was like, I don't even need to do a lace swap on one just to see how it looks. I think these ones are pretty fitting. Now for the midsole, it does look like it has absorb in the cushioning, and then you do have a little stability section here in the midfoot of the shoe. Overall, how comfortable are they on feet? I would say it falls in line with a lot of the other New Balances that are available out there. Absorb's pretty good. The 990s are probably some of my favorite. The 990 V6s are probably the most comfortable out of all of them, just because it is like the 990 V6. I also like the 991 V2. I think those are incredible as well. But for overall comfort, for a standard shoe based in the 2000 era, it's comfortable. It feels good on feet. You wear them, you're going to go, these are pleasant. They're not bad at all. It's not going to be the other side of the fence of New Balance, which is their extreme running stuff that I absolutely love. It's not going to be like the 1080 V13s, or it's not going to be like the Fuel Cell Rebel V4s. So those are two landmark, amazing pair of sneakers that they have available right now. I've done reviews on them. Check my channel out. Those are incredible, incredible runners. This is something that's dated from that early 2000 era that I think they did a really good job in bringing back. And I think that New Balance's archives are deep, man. They have a lot of shoes that they can bring back out. And the reason why I think that New Balance is doing such a good job in getting even more attention than like Nike, and when they're bringing out retros like these, like the fact that you are bringing out a pair that is kind of obscure, and they're not mass producing and just going crazy on all of the models that are coming out. Like we still have Air Max 97s in rotation. We still have Air Max 90s, Air Max 1s, Air Max 95s. All four of those are like really staples in the Nike Air Max lineage. And New Balance has a bunch of other ones that they can reach in and go, hey, you guys maybe not remember these, but we had these in 99 or whatever. And then people are like, oh, those are kind of fire. Like, I feel like Nike has deep archives as well, but they're not reaching as far because they have their cash cows, their Nike Air Max 1s, their Nike Dunks, their Air Force Ones. Like, they make money off those all the time. They're just a staple in the economy now. But I feel like New Balance has a much smaller portion of the retro runner space, and they're able to release some cool stuff with a lot of energy behind it because of their fun collaborations. And they have stuff that maybe nobody remembers that are now all of a sudden hip to it, and like, okay, this is actually kind of dope. Like, they're recreating something that is historical, but also something that is trendy for now. And I don't know, I feel like they've been dominating the market in that respect, and they've been doing a tremendous job. But again, if you guys want to buy the new colorway of these, I will link them in the description. They should have more. I'll be posting more of them over on Twitter and stuff as they get released. So make sure you follow me on Twitter if you guys don't. That's primary. And then you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram and stuff as well at heskicks. But leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about the New Balance 1000 Joe Freshgood collaboration. I think it's pretty awesome. It's definitely a fun one. Again, really crazy how close it is to this one. And I think that was done on purpose, and it's not something you could probably verbalize. Obviously, they wouldn't want to get sued or anything like that. But historically, I love this model. Had to have this one. And then I was very curious about this one, and now I could see they're like so incredibly close. It's like, okay, this is actually kind of dope. I actually like it a little bit more now than I did in the first place. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of the day out there. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel and all those things, and hopefully we'll see you back for some more content. All right, peace, guys.